Okay, Brian, let's go to the 125 East class. The standings after 2 or 4 rounds, of course, Fisher and Treadwell, those guys are hot, but that real battle's in the middle. Hayden, Lockhart, Chamberlain looking good.
In the 250s, Mark Watt, Morgan have a commanding lead over everyone. The interesting battle is Smale, Hagstaff, Dubé, and DeHaan. Only a few points separate them.
Okay, Dougie, real quick, music, taste, CD change, what's in it?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, some Incubus.
Newfound Glory.
Blink 182.
Eminem.
Anything that keeps me going fast.
I'm not sure. I don't really listen to a lot of music.
Spine Chain.
Strung Oats.
A bit of Garth Brooks.
Eminem.
Blink 182.
Sum 41.
Madonna. We listened to Madonna a little bit last week.
Us mechanics, we got no say in anything.
Yeah, I've got no qualms with that. I told you, Eminem. There's always some good country in there.
But White Zombie. Old school. I'm old school. I'm older now, so I like to get back in the Hessian days and do that kind of stuff. So anything gnarly to get me excited and want to blow stuff up, that's what I listen to.
GC all the way, man. Sometimes when I'm relaxing, listen to a bit of country.
Anything that rocks and is punk.
All right, Brian, round 7 of the 2002 Canadian Motocross Championships. 125 riders on the line.
Great shot of all these boys doing their pre-race ritual, adjusting goggles, getting themselves limbered up. Earlier, Mark got a chance to catch up with Iron Mike Treadwell.
Hey, Tread, sorry to interrupt you, buddy. First of all, how are the ribs?
They're not bad, I guess. Yeah.
We're going to be taping them up this weekend, or what's your start?
Yeah, I got just some, like a ace bandage type tape thing. I'm going to throw it on and see what happens.
How was your week, though? Were you feeling better now? Obviously, you went through some pain this week, there's no doubt.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday, I don't know, Sunday I got a little painkiller there, and I thought I was like, this isn't going to be any big deal, I'll be fine, but it wore off. On Monday and Tuesday I was hurt, I got to say. I mean, I was hurt, I wasn't good by any means. So I went biking a little bit on Wednesday, and then I actually went mountain biking on Thursday just to see how it was going to feel, and it was bearable, so.
But true to your name, you will be riding and contesting that 125 title, there's no doubt.
Oh yeah, I'm going to ride both classes. I mean, hopefully, I'm just hoping as the day goes on, it'll loosen up. So, we'll see.
All right, Brian, CMRC Quebec's head referee René Trottier out there directing traffic. Looks like we're going to be going to a flag start.
Yeah, him and Dangerous Don decided that's what we're going to do. A mechanism on the gate broke. They're going to repair it during this moto, hopefully for the rest of the day. But for now, we've got a flag-style start. They're going to be monitoring this gate very closely for false starts, Mark.
Wait for the white flag to go up. Trottier right to white. And there's no gate down, Brian, so who's going to get that hold shot coming to that first corner?
Looks really clean. We've got Treadwell there. We've got 427 on Suzuki, and we've got Bobby Thompson, one of our amateur riders, down.
Well, it's an interesting start, as Goldie talked about, very fast, and then into that tight right-hander, so let's see who's out in front. How about that, Derek Fisher, Treadwell, and Holman?
Great start for those three guys. Holman's and Treadwell in the air at the exact same time. Treadwell on the inside manages to maintain second position.
Well, already we're seeing the lines that are developing, Brian. We've talked about it off the start. Huge uphills, a lot of braking, and again, Treadwell, look at the lines.
It looked like Holman's had a bit of a moment at the top of the hill, and he's not behind Treadwell. I think he fell there, Mark. Here it is. Look at this. He's collected Lockhart and 717 Pierce Chamberlain all down.
Pierce Chamberlain, Lockhart, and Holmes with some huge problems. So that puts Fisher and Treadwell. There's Derek Fisher right now, and Treadwell, they're way ahead of the pack. And look at this, number 40, Ryan Gould in third place. Awesome start for him.
That's where Goldie wants to be. He's going to tow around with Treadwell. We've got a Lard in fourth there, number 25 on the Diablo Honda.
Brian, you always talk about not necessarily following. Goldie wasn't following Holmes when they got to that big pile. Now he's in third place.
Goldie's really good at that. He does crisscross, and when you watch him ride, he never follows. So Goldie, he does a lot of motocross schools too, and he's an excellent teacher, and the kids love him.
Great battle here between 421 Cree Proc Navy got by him, and 191 that Gilbert in what's third place in that pack.
Gilbert, a native Quebecer, he knows his track quite well. They've ran a national here before, and they do a lot of local and provincial races here.
142 Maxime Lapointe up in the mix on that tight right-hander. Back to Serrats. He's got Cabot Gregoire all over him, Brian.
Serrats, a rookie of the year last year in the Pro Ranks, riding awesome here in St. Julie. As Derek Fisher way out front. Look at Fisher go, just winded out that Suzuki.
Interesting lines on the track, Brian. Starting to dry up a little bit from practice. We get back to Serrats. He's moving up on Gilbert. He have on the inside. Nice line for Gilbert. Gilbert, though. I love the way he took that corner, but Serge will not be denied.
Serge looked really good there all day yesterday in practice. He hugs the inside of that corner, and he was really putting the traction down, and it worked for him here against past Gilbert.
But it's amazing how they were talking about how slippery this track was, and they kind of went around that corner very gingerly, Brian. They didn't want to slide out.
Yes, they've got to really weight the outside peg and be very cautious with the throttle. Roll it on. That's the trick here. Goldie all alone at third. He's looking around, seeing where his competition are. I'm sure his mechanics telling him what his gap is.
Here comes Machine Racing's 26, Joel Serge up by Brock Navy. Does he have on the inside? Again, a nice line for Serge. Awesome riding.
Serge looks really good. He's a very tall kid. Look at him on the motorcycle. He's got lots of leverage. He's good in the rough stuff. Though there's not a lot of whoops or rough stuff on this track.
Battle outside the top 10. Lockhart back in it against Creed and Saulnier. A couple of nice lines in there, Brian.
Look at Fisher with the leg up. He's got the gas on. He's going. There's a little kicker there, but it's right in his line. Sometimes it's worth taking a little bit of a hit to carry on speed elsewhere on the track.
Well, he certainly carried a lot of speed into that corner. No doubt. Back to number 7, Iron Mike Treadwell, in a comfortable second place right now with those sore ribs.
Treadwell in that bright orange KTM. He's easy to spot on the track. 45, Justin Thompson. Been riding injured all year. It's getting his mojo here in St. Julie. He's an awesome rider.
Well, he is. A Diablo picked him up for the full ride early on in the season. He's battling against Gregoire. Back to number 20, Derek Fisher. Morgan Racing Suzuki all alone out front. Back to number 1, that's Simon Holmes, who's starting to work his way through the pack. He's got Chris Lemon on the inside. Interesting note, Chris Lemon was the man that got in that altercation with Mesley that separated his shoulder before the 125 East.
That's right, number 121 on the green Kawasaki's Chris Lemon. He's a veteran. He's over 35 years old, making a comeback here. Doing quite well, I might add.
Back to number 45, Justin Thompson gets by Brock Navy. Very impressed with Thompson later on in the season.
Yeah, he's starting to feel better. He's had a few leg and knee injuries. He's got himself some proper equipment. He's feeling really good out there.
Saw that back number plate on number 1, Simon Holmes, a test of the crash that he had earlier on. Look at this, Ian Hayden, he's into the rhubarb, getting back onto the track, riding in the top 10 right now, to number 20, Derek Fisher, who's on his final approach.
Talk about bad luck for Hayden. He was a real threat coming in here. This is not helping his points tally. Fisher, fist up in the air. Suzuki Canada, Coors Light Racing. They got to be stoked with Fisher, Mark. Here he comes, picks up the checkered flag.
You know, the talk has been not only about how good you're getting in your starts, but also the fact that you're able to maintain leads. The focus and concentration out there. It must be difficult, again, out in front with a real good lead out there just to maintain your drive.
Yeah, this time I was kind of determined that I wasn't going to falter at the end, so I kept it. I just focused when I come up on lappers not to lose any speed anywhere. I just tried to charge through lappers as fast as I could, so all in all, it worked out. We were gaining back and forth on each other. We'd pull, I'd pull, and then he'd pull back, and then we just kind of stayed kind of close the same, and then I was just determined to get through them lappers, like pick them off as fast as I could.
Goldie the story in the first moto. Places a solid third. Allard and Serge did great also.
Loving Justin Thompson in 6. How about Brock Navy in 7 and Gilbert in 8?
The rib was fine. I mean, that's not an excuse at all. Derek just outrode me that moto. He got a great start, and I couldn't do anything with him. I tried to put in good laps, and he rode strong. And he didn't let the lappers get him like usual. Usually I can zap him in lappers, and he rode really well in the lappers. Actually, he was making time on me in lappers. He did really well.
Hey, great ride for Brampton Cycles. Ryan Gull finishing 3rd. 250 moto coming up. Oh, the sun is beating down here in St. Julie. Hey, Brian, where are you? Oh, that's right, he's with the Mez.
What have you been doing? Any weight training or just lying low all week?
Yeah, I was able to go to the gym this week and build up the muscle so it's not so weak for me holding on, but it's looking pretty good. I'm going to tape it for the motos and go out there and ride hard.
What's your biggest fear? Is it crashing and re-injuring that shoulder?
I'm not scared of anything. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just here to win.
Chucky is back in town, Brian. Here we go. First 250 motor from St. Julie. Rene Trottier with the 30 board up. I tell you what, I love this time of day.
Oh, the intensity is sky high. The fans are on the tip of their toes. They've got the gate repaired for this moto, so it's going to be a good one. We got the normal start. Darcy Lange also on the line. Big exciting news for me.
Trottier to 5. Riders preference. Gate is down coming to that first corner. Oh, Smale and Morgan touch. Let's see who gets the shot.
Looks like Wad, Lockhart, Joel Serge. A great start on the outside, number 26.
Okay, so wide toe. Look at that. Darcy Lange now in second place. Dubé in third. Sayers with a problem. Cerny is down.
Cerny, an innocent bystander. Sayers gets it a bit wrong. Clips the side of the track. Julian Cerny, our top 250 privateer, ends up face down.
Brian, we got another rider down. That's number 189, Jeremy Israel.
From 5th place, Israel goes down. He's picking it up. You can see how muddy he is.
Look at that. Somebody into his back gets Gilmore and Keith with a problem.
Oh, Keith 77 just practically runs the guy over. These guys are second to dead last.
Brian, what is this? Number 7, Mike Treadwell. There's a problem with his bike.
Oh my goodness, look at Treadwell. I'm glad we can't see his face. He has got to be angry. They're looking at his motorcycle. He has a problem.
In utter disgust, John Sebastian, our leader, looks like he's starting to distance. There's that line again, Brian, that Fisher took. Lange in second now. Look at that. Brad Hagstead in third. Dubé in fourth.
This is shaping up to be a great moto. Juan looks untouchable. The guy is so fast. He had his race face on all weekend.
No question about it. You know what he's like when he gets a good start and when he gets a lead. Look out. I don't even know where Blair Morgan is. We haven't seen him in the top 5 right now. But that battle for third place between Hagstead and Dubé, that's the one to watch.
Yeah, here's a good shot of Darcy Lange. This has got to boost his confidence. He's missed like 4 rounds. Comes back. Here he is in second place.
Well, you knew the guy was fast. Let's see if he can hold on to that second place finish for right now. Back to number 18, Doug DeHaan and Mesley. Again, Mesley. He's been away. He comes right back. He's in the mix. I saw Dorsch right behind him.
Yeah, the yellow Suzuki, Marco Dorsch. He's in the mix. Gilbert, look at this. Blair Morgan down right in the bundle hook. Keeps the motor running. He's up and going. I think he hit that down rider there.
He must have hit Gregoire, but you know what? That's the second time he's gone down early in this moto. He's got some big problems outside of the top 20. Back to Mesley and DeHaan. Look at the lines. Oh, Mesley digs it right into that berm. Let's see if they go hit that hard one. DeHaan goes outside Mesley on the inside, makes the pass.
Riding for Chuck Mesley. 2 rounds off. Third-degree shoulder separation. Busted DeHaan's chops. See the lines. Completely opposite of DeHaan. And this is hard on brakes coming down. That's got to put a pounding on the shoulder. But Dorsch smart.
Oh, Dorsch on the inside with a great pass on DeHaan. You talked about braking. The guys that can get on the binders quick and then get on the gas are the ones that are going to make it. Back to Morgan. He's mired outside of the top 10 right now. That guy can make a charge, though, right behind Mitchell Cook.
I think we're going to see good things out of Morgan. Yes. There's Chuck Mesley. He's under the gun.
Oh, what a pass from Dorsch. But Mesley on the gas again to check up.
Looks over. That's never a good sign. Let's see who comes out on top. Mesley overjumps a little. Dorsch picks up the inside with that GP experience.
Well, already I'm impressed with Dorsch. The guy has got the lines out there, Brian. The lines.
I love Mesley's line in that corner. Let's see if he can remount something on Germany's Marco Dorsch.
Okay, 106 Dorsch now gets by Mesley, working up on number 6 Marco Dubé. A pair of Marcos. Dorsch with a great line on the inside. Again, the check-off, Brian. Side by side up that uphill into that right-hander. Dorsch with another line on the inside. Does he have Marco? Yes, he does.
Dorsch loves that corner. That's where he passed Mesley. Dives way down on the inside. Dubé's on that big 450 Honda. Dorsch on that highly tuned RM 250.
Brian, in Europe, Dorsch rides in the 125 class on a KTM. I'm surprised at how comfortable he looks in the 250 class here.
Yeah, he's got a friend back home with a Suzuki, so he's been practicing for this race. DeHaan now takes Chuck Mesley. This is the early stage of the race, but there's Mesley retaliating.
Mesley on the inside. This is exactly the place where Mesley got him before. DeHaan is not giving up, though. That guy is a hard charger. I love the way he rides. He's been riding great this season.
Both these Ontario natives very familiar with each other. They both have hearts of lions. They both are impervious to pain and injury. I've never known 2 riders so tough as Mesley and DeHaan, number 17 and 18.
Well, they seem to find each other on every racetrack, Brian. Remember back to Regina, head-to-head, but nice, clean racing all the time. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, lots of respect amongst these competitors. Good thing they're not taking each other out. Mesley's shoulder has to be an issue. Wow, just styling through the mechanics there as our number 2 rider, Blair Morgan, passes 899, the young Colt Fasciati, to put him in the top 10.
Well, they were talking about how slippery the track was. You see Morgan at the bottom of that off camera. And we oh, look at Darcy Lange right into the face of Dan Bailey. Unbelievable. Back to number 106, Marco Dorsch. He's starting to make it up on 11. Brad Hagstead. Oh, what a line on the inside for Dorsch, Brian. What a pass.
Dorsch is just a man on a mission here. He's just slicing and dicing. Puts Dorsch into 3rd place. A shot of Juan railing one of these many Saint-Julie berms. All the elevation changes here. Back to a replay of the Dorsch pass. Dives down the inside of Hagstead. Hagseth basically ignores those braking bumps, gets on the gas totally, shoves Hagseth out. That's European style. Now we've got Galdi with Ian Woods.
All right, Ian. Your man Darcy coming back after a big break from that first round. He's looking awesome right now. Is he going to be able to hold on to the end?
I think he should. You know, he just started riding this week. We're just trying to get him back up to speed, but we'd be happy with a second place finish.
I bet you the Gowan team's got to be stoked to have Darcy back.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Right on, Ian.
Galdi living large on the side of the track, back to Dorsch, and Hagseth has made up that little bit of ground that he lost to him. Let's see the lines now, Brian. It looks like Dorsch is starting to slow a little. Hagseth on the inside, the crisscross, never following. Hagseth, look at that line on the inside for Brad Hagseth.
Dorsch looks over, is just going, what's this? That's what I love about Hagseth. He does not know the word quit. That's why he's a two-time Western 125 champ. A lot of these guys get demoralized after a pass. Hagseth keeps his chin up, looks for an opportunity, gets Dorsch by, puts him back into third in the final podium position.
Well, I like to see that kind of stuff. We get back to Darcy Lynch, looking good right now in second place, all by himself. You saw Dubé moving up on Dorsch now. Yes, Marco Dubé is making it up on Marco Dorsch. It looks to me like Dorsch is starting to slow down a little bit, Brian. He doesn't look tenacious.
Dubé gets him. Dubé sees the weakness. He sees Hagseth get him, realizes, hey, if he can do it, I can do it too. Here he comes up, one of these many off cameras. Look at the shiny spots, though. That is where it's starting to get hard packed.
Well, you remember those guys are battling for third place as we get back to our leader, number 1, Jean-Sébastien Waugh, taking the checkered flag and the win here in the first 250 moto in St. Julie.
What style for Waugh. Clicks it sideways, finger in the air, hometown crowd, JSR pulls it off.
My recent race in pro circuit, Kawasaki's just working awesome. Maxi Tire took that awesome off the line, and you know, I felt real good. And about 3 or 4 laps to go, I started tightening up, and you know, my endurance is a little down because I haven't been riding. But you know, I'm happy to be up on the podium again, and you know, I wish I was up there battling with JSR, make it a good race. But you know, glad to be in second, and you know, we'll come back next moto.
First 250 moto, Waugh dominating. Lynch, amazing comeback, but Hagseth holds on for third.
How about Dorsch falling back to 5th, but I love to see Homans in the top 10.
In a great race with Suzuki's Marco Dorsch. What happened to Dorsch out there? You guys were just going at it.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know who was hounding me, and I heard him pull up on me, and it made me tighten up a little bit, so I thought, well, you know, it's only halfway through, so, you know, maybe it's best if I let him go by. And right as I started to think that, he stuffed me, so that kind of fired me up a little bit, and I just grabbed his wheel and, you know, stayed with him as long as I could, and I saw that he was starting to tire, and I just dug real deep. I knew Marco was coming, and we're racing for points out there, so I got him back.
I'm a really good hard pack rider. That's what I ride out on the East Coast, and I seem to ride it really well, and you know, get the corners good. But I like it. It's kind of easy, but a lot of people can go fast on it. But I think I'll do good tomorrow.
This is St. Julie, Quebec, second 125 moto, and it will be brought to you by FMF. Can you feel the power, Brian?
I can see that there's a lot of power on this line. Second moto, we're going to see some familiar faces, no doubt, at the end of this one, Travis.
Rene Trottier goes 30-5, CMRC Quebec's head referee. 5 sideways, focusing down on the gate, gonna try to Treadwell. Gate's down, he's gonna get shot.
Wow, Bazile, 52, just cuts across the whole field, slides into first place, and then has a problem. He doesn't even have the whole shot, Mark.
Got hooked up with Lockhart. Look at that 552. That's Kyle Snellgrove in first place right now. Galdi in second. Pierce Chamberlain the problem, and it looks like Derek Fisher's in fourth.
Ken the Hammer Clark's right up there also. We've got Snellgrove, though. His dad was showing me the special tire they made for this track, and it's working for him. He told me he was going to get the whole shot, and he did. That's incredible.
Not a great start for Homans because he's mired in the back of the pack, but look at this. Number 20, Derek Fisher making his move, goes inside on Galdi on that sort of off camber uphill.
You see Galdi look ahead at Fisher. He'll try and steal some lines, I'm sure. Galdi good at picking his own lines. He's got to be stoked to be in second. He knows Snellgrove. He races against him, so I know he's not too intimidated by young Kyle.
Snellgrove with the look by as Fisher blows by him, so he moves into first place. Chamberlain in fourth. Oh, who's that? Somebody's got a problem down there. That's number 51, Kevin Gregoire. As Ken the Hammer Clark moves into the top 5.
Kenny's solid fifth. He's Chris Bondi's right-hand man at Bondi Engines. They supply all the performance products for Machine and Diablo. Kenny the Hammer Clark freaking awesome test pilot.
Chamberlain all over Goldie as Treadwell gets by Lockhart and moves into 6th.
Chamberlain had his feet off the pegs there. He's had his feet off the pegs in a few spots, maybe riding over his head. He's going to have to tone down a bit if he wants to stay upright.
Looks like Kenny the Hammer Clark had a problem with a shift or something, Brian, as coming over that finish line, Treadwell rockets by him and moves into 5th.
Kenny's got a terrible injury on his left ankle, and that's his shifting foot, so missing shifts for him is not uncommon. And you know what? It looked like maybe he did blow a shift there, and Treadwell capitalized.
It looked like that Susie that was down with Bazile, so he's got some problems after not a bad start. Treadwell gets by Chamberlain and moves into what now looks like 3rd place, Brian, because Snellgrove went down.
Snellgrove did go down. That was just too good to be true for him. He was riding amazing, but I think the pressure got to him. Leading his first ever national. That is impressive, though.
Goldie in 2nd, Treadwell in 3rd, Derek Fisher all alone in 1st place. You saw Simon Holmes making a charge on Kenny the Hammer and Lockhart, and we're back to that battle again. Holmes with a nice line on the inside as they step into that valley now. Hammer looking over. I think Holmes is going to get him.
Well, if history serves us correctly, when the guy looks over, usually gets past. Clark does hold off Homans for the intro. Ryan Lockhart, number 16 on that Toys for Big Boys Honda, leading this little trio.
Yeah, nice lines in here, but you're right, Brian. Look how slippery it's getting. Look at this. Joel Serretz on the inside takes care of Hammer.
Wow, excuse me, that was a 4-pack. Serretz out of nowhere. I commented on that line earlier, and it's working for him here on Ken the Hammer.
Interesting, later on in the day, as the track's getting rougher and slipperier, as number 1 Simon Homans takes care of Brian Lockhart with a great line on that uphill.
Homans is going to like this. Look how big Homans is on the bike. He's a tall guy, really strong. Kevin Gregoire, they were the hosts of round 5 in Joliet. Looks like he's got some issues.
Yeah, Gregoire's a fast young rider. He's got some problems out here in Julie. As Serretz moves up on Homans, but Homans gets on the outside, gets some traction, and holds him off for 4th.
This track's starting to get choppy. Not really rough, but very choppy. Hard on the brakes. The braking systems will heat up towards the end of these motos, and brake fade could factor in if these guys aren't using a top-notch, top-grade brake fluid.
Goldie losing a position to Treadwell. Treadwell in 2nd, Goldie in 3rd. Back to this battle with Chris Lemon, number 317 on the Suzuki, and number 65, that is Cale Anderson.
Cale Anderson, he was doing awesome in the first mode. Stalled his bike, couldn't restart. He was in like 6th place. There's Simon skying it out. He's got his arch rival Ryan Gauld in his sights. There's no love lost between these two competitors.
Don't forget about Pierce Chamberlain, though. He's the meat in that YZ250S sandwich. Ryan Gauld still with some great lines. Back to the Hammer in 7th place, running into Lapper traffic with Johnny Zallard all over him.
Oh, you can feel the pressure from Johnny Zallard, number 25, Diablo Honda, as Homans, our champ from last year, just stuffs Chamberlain, giving a little lesson to that young up-and-comer.
Well, you want to talk about diving in on the inside, he did exactly that, busted Chamberlain wide, back to 20, that's Fisher in 1st place. Here we go. Goldie has got his hands full of the champ. Number 1, Simon Holmes on the outside, but a nice smooth line for Gauld on the inside, Brian.
Goldie knows Simon's coming up. He is stepping it up a notch. This is the closing stages of the moto, and I think he's got a nice gap there coming up to the checkers as Fisher takes his final approach.
That's it, Derek Fisher getting ready to take his 5th of 6 moto wins. The Fish!
Derek Fisher, untouchable here. That's 5 moto wins out of 6. You are putting everything together.
Well, yeah, I really am happy with my bike this year. I can't say enough about Suzuki. You know, I've rode him ever since I was little, and I've loved him all my life. So, you know, I got a pretty good start and rode my own race and just tried to move forward and move forward into next weekend and see how that one works out.
Wow, what a ride for Ryan Gauld, holding off the champ. Holmes with Serretz in 5th.
Kind of like Clark, Lemon, and Anderson. They're newcomers to the top 10, all solid riders.
Yeah, you know, those first 2 rounds were a definite kick in the ass for me. That first moto went well over there, and then the rain came down, and then last weekend, I'm not too sure what happened. I think I left my balls in my mom's purse back home because I rode like a sap. And I'm damn proud of myself this weekend. I know I rode hard that moto, and I saw Simon behind me, and I heard all the French fans cheering, which made it even sweeter to kick his ass.
There you go, Goldie beats his arch rival. Stick around. 2nd 250 is lining up. You've got yourself a pretty good cushion over Morgan. If you get the number 1 plate, are we going to see in 2003?
Well, that's a big question right now to answer. I'd love to be back. Of course, the series it's awesome. It's getting very, very popular. There's a lot of outside sponsor. We're getting a lot of TV coverage. But you know, I'm only 28 years old. I'd love to go back in the States full time for another couple of years. So I can't really answer that question.
Hey Brian, I was on your computer the other day and I noticed that CMRCRacing.com was not set as your homepage.
I'm gonna drag you out of the booth, Travers. How many times do I gotta tell you that it's my favorite site? It will be my homepage after this little episode, though.
With Rene Chartier going 30-5, good shot of Morgan focusing on the gate. It is down. Costner, who's gonna get the shot?
Looks like the guys on the inside are getting shut out. There's Waugh, Lange, Israel, ironed by Treadwell around the outside.
Lange with a great hole shot. I saw Fasciati up in the mix. Dubé, boy, all the boys are in tow.
Mitch Cook, there's number 2, Blair Morgan. Hagseth, though, he's about mid-pack.
All right, let's see if Darcy Lange can hold on to the lead, but he has got Sebastian Waugh hot on his heels. Dubé now in 3rd place, and Blair Morgan, no, that's Israel in 4th.
Look how gnarly it's getting there. It's getting really hard-packed. You can see the grooves where they dissed it earlier. It's starting to actually solidify like clay.
Darcy Lange is a force to be reckoned with. Brian, this is only a second moto back after that long break, and he is in the lead.
He's got confidence in spades. He's such a tough kid. This has got to feel great for him down the whole shot. Waugh, though, that's got to be a daunting thought knowing JSR is right on your fender.
Waugh with a great line, close on the side, Lange with the checkoff. Waugh on the outside, going inside, makes the pass and takes the lead.
Lange a slight bobble on the landing there. Waugh, a millisecond, takes the lead.
Boy, it's amazing though. John Sebastian Waugh wasted no time in getting the lead. That's exactly where he wanted to be. Back to the Export A pencil camp. The boys are funneling through. You know, Waugh out in front, here he is again. You give him the lead and look out.
Waugh's just bouncing from one side of the track to the other, keeping his forward drive. Marco Dubé now solid in 3rd. Put a little gap on Israel. He's going to be following Lange around. Oh, and Dubé goes sideways there, coming off the rise.
Not a great start for Blair Morgan in this second 250 moto, but Dubé is on the gas in a big way. It looks to me like that 4-stroke is hooking up in places where the 2-stroke isn't.
That's correct. In these conditions, I think it may be an advantage. It's a very fast track, too. As there's Blair. He's come up on Smale. They're just outside the top 10 here, Trav.
Look at Blair Morgan, though, on the outside again. That guy loves to take outside lines. Smale's not giving up, but look at now. Morgan's on the inside, takes the hit with the big break, and takes Smale in the process.
That's where Dorsch made a pass in the first moto. One of these guys, a squeaky break. I think it's Smale. You can hear it there. But they are inside the top 10 as number 48, Calgary native Brian Mitchell, looks hurt on the track.
Oh, that's right after the finish line. Tough break for him. He did not look good. Back to Lange with the checkoff. Dubé right behind him with that inside line. Dubé is hooking up on that slick stuff again, Brian.
As soon as Lange looked back, Dubé took the pass. You see it time and time again. Rarely when the guy looks over is he coming out of the next corner ahead. Darcy looks over, Dubé says, ha, I gotcha. Right on the inside, forces him wide. That is a clean pass for Marco on that big 450 Honda. Good to see the Marco Dubé of old, Mark, making passes out here.
Look at this, Treadwell over the finish line gets by Dorsch. Dorsch was outside of the top 10 at the start, has made his way up. Now he's got Hagseth behind him. Let's check out the lines, Brian.
Dorsch is not giving up on Treadwell. Treadwell made a brilliant pass, so Dorsch proved how fast he is in these conditions. The courses in Europe more similar to this track than any other track on our circuit.
Do you see that? Dorsch on the inside took care of Treadwell. Then Treadwell got the drive on the inside. Dorsch is riding the rails right now, Brian. Foot off the foot pegs. Does he have him on the outside around the Garnet corner? Great line for both riders, though. Remember, Morgan was on the outside the last time, which becomes the inside line. Let's check it out right now.
And he does it. He passes Treadwell. Treadwell, though, they go off the jump the exact same time. Hagseth is factored in now. Dorsch makes it on Treadwell. Hagseth now sitting 10th. This is the battle for 8th, 9th, 10th as Hagseth takes Treadwell, Mark.
Nice move for Hagseth. Treadwell loses 2 positions. Dougie DeHaan now in the mix gets by Treadwell. Awesome battles out there, Brian. The crisscrossing is incredible.
This is the back section of the track. It's probably the loneliest section. Very fast, so look at these ups and downs. The riders are breaking up the faces and then getting back on the gas. Dorsch bobbles here. Here's Waugh, master at work.
Oh, no question about it. Dorsch with a problem. Hagseth closes up the gap as they get into that rhythm section. A bit of a switchback turn there. Hagseth's got some great drive to there, Brian. Body position. Watch the body position.
Hagseth set up nicely on the inside, coming into this left-hander. Does make the pass on Dorsch. Dorf's not exactly throwing in the towel, though. He's hanging tough. There's Waugh. Nice lead. He's got about 10 seconds now on Dubé.
Back with DeHaan now moving up on Dorsch. Dorsch on the inside. DeHaan with a great line. What is going on? Marco Dorsch is giving up.
Oh, he's just sitting down there. It doesn't even look like he's in attack mode. He must have a problem, as Waugh, never one to give up, comes storming down that hill. There's Dorsch. He's got the arm pump. He's shaking his hands up. Team boss Chris Morgan. Dumbfounded.
Well, there's no question that Dorsch has the speed, and the guy was charging hard, Brian. Maybe there's an injury you don't know about. A Smale was working up on Mesley.
Look at Lange here. Morgan on the inside, coming down. Turns into the outside, though. What a sweeping pass for Morgan right around Darcy. That puts Darcy back to 4th place, Morgan up to 3rd.
Back with our leader, number 1, JSR. It looks like he's getting into some lap traffic. That's Dorsch that's on his back now. What's that all about?
Dorsch is a couple laps down, had a nice rest, and now he's in tow with our leader, trying to stay with JSR. Let's hope he doesn't foil this moto for Don Sebastian Waugh.
As Doug DeHaan slipped by Mesley for 8th place, Brian.
Mesley went wide there at the bottom of the hill. These two fighting it out again. Dorsch, though, you gotta wonder what's going through his head. He pulls off and then decides to chase the leader around. I don't know, man. That doesn't sit well with me.
Well, maybe what's he trying to say? That he can actually run the same speed, but obviously not for a whole moto. Very strange. As Hagstead moving up on Smale. Great line for Hagstead on the outside, but Smale hanging tough.
These two guys are practically next-door neighbors. Washington natives. They've been friends and competitors for many years. There is a real good rivalry between those two guys, so we're going to go trackside now with our very own Ryan Gold.
All right, Al. After that first moto there, Blair went down. Did you guys have to make any changes? Because he sure looks like he's back to the Superman form.
No, we didn't make any changes. He just slipped down at the bottom of the hill, got tangled with the rider, and he knew it wasn't anything to do with the bike. The bike's working awesome.
Oh, Brian, the battle for 6th place is on fire. Hagstead right up on Smale.
Hagstead gets the drive, stays nice and low, rides right around the outside of Smale as they come into one of those heavy braking sections. But look at this, Marco Dubé under pressure from Morgan.
Morgan gets by him in that rhythm section in front of the crowd, right in front of Dubé's home crowd. Double lines on that right-hander, but Dubé is not giving up. Remember, this is the place that he likes to make passes, Brian.
This is a weird section. They're jumps, but they drop away. On the inside, Dubé takes it back. Look how shiny that soil is. That is very slippery out there.
That's 4-stroke territory, you're right. All torque, and he just muscled Morgan wide with a great pass, a nice clean pass.
Terrific. These two also, no love lost. Both of them been Canadian champions twice in their career, so a real heated rivalry. Hagstead on the move, takes Israel for, what is that, 5th place, Mark?
That is 5th place. That's a huge charge for Hagstead because those are valuable points in his charge for 3rd place. Back to that battle for 2nd. Look at this, Morgan and Dubé going at it in the big way. I love that outside line, that rough line, and Dubé is just holding tight.
Look at the suspensions work here. The riders are getting a lot of feedback through the forearms, through the shoulders. Very demanding here for the riders. Look at Morgan putting his head down for the roots. Totally illustrating how tough it is out here.
Oh, Israel on that off camera on the inside. Does he have Hagstead with a great line on the inside? But Hagstead narrows the gap, takes the inside line, and stays in 5th place. Oh, I can't believe it. Brad Hagstead is just riding like a champion.
Hagstead, very impressive. DeHaan's in that little pack as Darcy Lange. He's in 4th all by himself.
Oh, you gotta like Darcy Lange. That kid is so full of heart. First race back, he gets a 2nd. Now he's in 4th place as we get to our leader, John Sebastian Waugh, who's been all by himself this moto on his final approach.
I don't think a moto goes by where Waugh's jersey doesn't come untucked. It's hanging out there. He's getting a nice cool breeze up his back. Checkered flag, second 250. Clean sweep for Blackfoot Honda's John Sebastian Waugh. Hometown crowd in St. Julian.
Ryan always wants to do in a motocross race. Check out the lines on the Export A climbing wall.
Travers, if you're challenging, I'll race you up this thing for a Coors Light any day of the week, just like on the track. All about line choice.
Now, Blair, I was talking to Al that moto, and he figured you were going to get Marco. Then what happened? You were right on him, then it seemed to fall back about 4 laps to go.
Yeah, Marco's riding really good out there, and yeah, I got him, and he got me right back, and I just, no, the bike was working good. The Honda Canada bike was working good, and I know, I just lost concentration out there. It's just really dusty and really hard to pass, so I just, it was my fault.
Costner, second 250 motor results, go!
Waugh, of course, is the story, but I gotta love Dubé, all heart. Morgan and Lange rounded out. Hagstead, awesome moto for 5th.
For a guy like you that has so much experience, I'm curious to know what it's like for you on the line. What do you feel like on the line? What are you thinking about on there?
Well, like today, it's just the weather was really hot here in St. Julie, so and I knew the track. I couldn't do any mistake. I had to ride smooth and focus. So I'm on the gate and I'm thinking about. I'm at home doing a 30-minute plus 2-lap moto. My mechanic Andrew putting my lap times on the board and show me the plus or minus, and I go from there. I'm in my little ball, in my zone, and I just ride.
I'll be happy with a 3rd place, at the end of the season, but that was not my goal at the beginning of the season. I'm a little bit frustrated about my season, being hurt all year almost, and just trying to work with it. That's racing, and I'm just trying to get that win. I want a win in Walton. I've been good up there, and just gonna show up there and try to do my best again.
After 3 or 4 rounds in the 125, Fisher and Treadwell pulling ahead. Holman's and the rest of the field battling down to Goldie in 9th, who's being helped out by Dr. Doug Dubach, our 2000 champ.
Let's go to the 250, shall we? The Inside Motorcycles top Canadian purse won. Morgan got that wrapped up, but it is the battle for 3rd. What a monster! Israel in 10th.